a meteor crashed on Earth, unleashing tens of thousands of terrifying monsters. Humans were slaughtered relentlessly. Mechs, guns, and nukes couldn't wipe them out. Forced to hide behind 10,000-meter high walls, humanity faced doom. When a massive monster appeared, the giant walls meant to keep invaders out collapsed in front of everyone's eyes. Countless monsters flooded the city. The strongest mech units only left tiny scratches on the monsters, and an entire mech squad couldn't kill a single giant beast. More and more areas fell. Despair and fear consumed everyone. Lucky residents fled to underground shelters, but the pounding of monsters hinted their time was running out. When the mech squad arrived, the shelter was already devoured. It seemed no dawn awaited humanity. Cities were swallowed one by one. To preserve civilization, the UN launched the Seed Project, sending hundreds of thousands to the galaxy for a new home. Meanwhile, billions left on Earth would fight monsters until humanity was wiped out. Silver 5 woke up in a cold sweat. He was back in his room before enlisting. The clock on the wall read October 22nd. Was it all a nightmare? But stepping outside, he frowned. The ruins and broken mechs proved it was real. Silver 5 had been reborn 2 months earlier. This time, he would stop the Seed Project and destroy all monsters. His first thought was his old teacher, the deputy commander at the Pacific Yokohama base. He rushed there but was stopped by a guard. He shouted for Dr. Shangya, but she didn't want to see him. Losing control, Silver 5 clashed with the guard until the noise drew Shangyu out. She brought him into the base. After an ultrasound ruled out artificial explosives, she interrogated him. Silver 5 revealed his reincarnation. He crossed into a parallel world. Originally, he lived in a world without monsters, but one day woke up to find everything changed. School turned military, familiar classmates replaced, in a 30-year war against monsters ongoing. Forced to enlist, he died in the Seed Project. Now reborn, he had 2 months before the monster's final assault, a massacre that would bury billions. Only Dr. Eching could stop it by shrinking a 15 billion semiconductor parallel processor to palm size, the core device for Seed Project 4. Completing it might halt Seed Project 5. Silver 5 begged her to save humanity. She lowered her gun and assigned him to Training Squad 207. Back at the training ground, he'd fight alongside 5 girls against monsters again. Knowing all monster landing sites, he aimed to convince the leaders monsters could be defeated, so they wouldn't abandon billions to flee the solar system. 3 days later, massive monsters attacked from the sea. Humans were unprepared, and hundreds of thousands died. Silver 5 warned Dr. Shangye, urging her to deploy troops early on the coast. She doubted his story and planned to prove him wrong with tens of thousands of lives. Desperate, Silver 5 pleaded. She finally agreed and sent 2 elite squads to the coast. 3 days passed, and monsters landed. The ambushed mech squads quickly wiped them out. Hearing the good news, Silver 5 relaxed and rushed to Shangye, yet her face showed no joy. Saving hundreds of thousands cost 2 elite squads and massive resources. One day, testing new mech systems, Silver 5 and the girls piloted new units in a match against other squads. A win would mean their system would be adopted army-wide, boosting combat power. The girls' mechs showed great skill, unpredictable and impossible to track, quickly overwhelming opponents. Suddenly, a massive explosion erupted. Monsters invaded the base, training rounds were useless, and the mechs were devoured alive. The commander ordered Silver 5's team to fetch live ammo while others held the line, but the ammo convoy was wiped out by monsters. Silver 5's squad had to return to the hangar. Monsters emerged, blocking their way. The squad split up toward the hangar, but Silver 5 charged alone, crest, firing training rounds wildly. His teammates injected him with sedatives to calm him, but he was lost in the fight. Monsters swarmed, toppling mechs. Fear and despair filled Silver 5's eyes. The crunch of monsters chewing metal haunted his ears, broken only by rapid breaths. Suddenly the scene shifted. The monsters in the base were all killed, and Silver 5 miraculously survived. Fear and despair overwhelmed him. He curled up, trembling. Teacher Jingongzi gently comforted him, urging strength. Then a monster appeared and bit off Jingongzi's head. Watching his most respected teacher die shattered Silver 5. What he didn't know was it was all part of a planned conspiracy. Human forces launched a full-scale counterattack by land, sea and air, determined to destroy the monster nest at all costs. At the start, front lines suffered heavy losses. A giant beam monster's blast tore through the UN's once impenetrable defenses. Silver 5's squad flew mechs low to the island to fight monsters fiercely. Their mission, clear a path for the ultimate weapon, the Sakura, so it could land and defeat the monsters. To avoid the beam monster, mechs were airdropped into battle. The mech forces breached the nest, pushing toward its core. Suddenly, the ground shook. 40,000 monsters erupted from underground, attacking everything. Half the decoy troops were wiped out. Thousands of monsters turned and charged Silver 5's squad. Naval ships fired support, but beam monsters blocked the shells. The monsters targeted the Sakura to take down humanity's ace. Silver 5's squad set up defense in a canyon, holding back hundreds of monsters. Silver 5 personally cut down many giant monsters with great skill. His squad fought hard, carving a bloody path. Meanwhile, Junchi piloted the Sakura. Arriving at the attack point, everyone withdrew from the bombardment zone. The giant beam monster fired lasers, multiple beams combining for massive damage. After long fire, Sakura remained unharmed. The monster fired again, but Sakura activated a force field. The commander ordered a counterattack. Sakura's nuclear particle cannon quickly charged. The blast was powerful. Half the monster nest was destroyed. Everyone was stunned. Humanity had defeated monsters for the first time in a century. With this ace, monsters could be driven from Earth. Sakura fired again, precisely hitting and smashing the nest. But then Junsa lost consciousness, crashing into a mountainside. The system rejected reboot codes. The commander ordered Silver 5 squad to rescue her unharmed, while the Sakura was set to self-destruct. Suddenly, tens of thousands of monsters burst from underground, charging the squad. To protect Junshi, Silver 5's team retreated to naval ships. The captain stayed behind to activate Sakura's self-destruct. Monsters attacked the ships fiercely, some were heavily damaged, and survival seemed bleak. Silver 5 squad broke through the rear, nearing the coast. Thousands of monsters blocked their path. The captain activated a monster-attracting engine. Once on, all monsters on the island would swarm the Sakura. This allowed Silver 5's squad to safely retreat while luring monsters away. With the squad's safe return to the carrier, Junshi was treated. The countdown ended, and the captain's life came to an end. With blazing crimson flames, the island instantly turned to ashes. Humanity paid a huge price but finally drove out some monsters.